Why is voodoo always the villain? Name one thing you even know about voodoo. If you grew up anywhere near American movies, your first encounter with voodoo was probably something like scary voodoo dolls, smoking drums, and shadowy figures. Of course, there's the mindless zombie who does whatever his master bids them. Admittedly, I never paid this much attention. Voodoo is mentioned, a scary presence appears, and the plot moves on. I thought it was just Hollywood magic, an all too common example of Hollywood taking something they didn't understand and just doing whatever they wanted with it. And then I learned a little bit about the history of voodoo, and suddenly that didn't make as much sense to me. So I started looking into why we actually see the depiction we do in movies. And the trail doesn't lead you to some remote cult in a jungle, it actually leads you to someplace a bit more unsuspecting, to the cities of Haiti, and to this weird, tense, and almost paranoid relationship the United States has had with Haiti. And it all starts with a guy who seems like he comes straight out of a fever dream himself, W.B. Seabrook. This man was a travel writer, a veteran, an alcoholic, a sensation chaser, and even a cannibal. This guy really did it all. In the 1920s, Seabrook heads to Haiti. Some of you might not know, but Haiti was actually being occupied by the United States at this time. Yeah, from 1915 to 1934, the United States occupied Haiti. While in Haiti, he studies with Maman Sely and learns of the voodoo practices of Haiti. I told you he chased sensation, so he writes his book detailing all of it out in the most over-the-top and dramatic fashion for his largely white American audience. And this is where we see zombies start to make their entry into American movies and film. These aren't the eat your face off kind of zombies, though. These zombies are, frankly, much sadder. They're usually just mindless working automatons for a corrupt and evil slave master type figure. And when you see that the type of possession and fear that seems to take over the Haitian spirit, at least in the time of Seabrook, is a people terrified almost of someone being able to control their thoughts and their bodies and make them able to just work mindlessly. I think when you combine that with the obvious history of slavery in Haiti, it's pretty classically American to take that fear and then show a movie in the 30s, white zombie. I mean, how on the nose can you get that shows some white people going to Haiti and then they're afraid of becoming zombies in Haiti? So yeah, it's kind of messed up that a story about Haitian struggle and their struggle with forced labor is taken and twisted and seen as something that some malicious voodoo practitioner would do, when the reality is they didn't want to be forced into labor. Seabrook didn't invent this idea. Earlier European writers like Lefkadeo Hearn had recorded Haitian beliefs earlier, beliefs including the zombie. But what Seabrook did is package it and sensationalize it and mailed it straight into the American imagination. Hollywood was able to take that and run wild. But here's the part that doesn't show up in horror movies. Haiti wasn't scary because of voodoo. Haiti was scary because it succeeded. It was the first black republic in the modern world. And if you were part of any white-run empire in the 1800s and early 1900s, it wasn't just unusual, it was an attack on the very foundations of your society. So Haiti becomes symbolic, shorthand for an elite overthrown. What follows is an exoticization of their faith and everything else they do. Every part of their culture becomes then an avenue for othering. Now a religion based on a merging and mixing of various beliefs born out of their own history is twisted and only understood through the lens that makes it seem very strained. And that's what sells. Movies like White Zombie were able to play on those fears of a audience in America that was getting excited about these new and exotic religions that they had never heard about, from faraway lands that seemed to almost go against everything they'd ever known. And those zombies would go on to have their own life Voodoo itself would always still be in the realm of mind control zombies and then other, dark arts and dark magical acts. If you think of modern depictions of voodoo you've seen, maybe an American Horror Story or The Princess and the Frog, even, you still see the shadowy figures and the mysterious aura around the entire practice, if we're being honest. And obviously, I don't think this is very conscious in every American moviegoer's head when they're watching movies at all. I don't think most people are thinking that, oh, voodoo is because America's afraid of Haitian independence. But the same mythologized view of voodoo and Haiti remains today. If you even look at articles today, Haiti's still seen as somewhere where voodoo is keeping it back. Articles and politicians seem to argue over whether or not voodoo is actually what's keeping the people of Haiti down. As if paying a debt to France for over 100 years, your own internal politics, and then an American invasion typically leave you a bit strapped for cash. So it's easy to see why voodoo becomes the easy explanation for everything. It's easier to think that some people who maybe live a little bit differently than you are exactly the way they're at because of their religion and maybe not policies and over 200 years of paying off various debts for seemingly no reason. So why is voodoo seen as the villain? Because Hollywood sensationalized claims made from travel writers and sensationalists themselves, and encouraged and promoted tropes that have persisted up until the modern era. Combine that with America's preconceptions already, and you're left with an easy cinematic villain. If you liked the video or think I missed something, let me know in the comments. Please like and subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll see you in the next one. Cheers. Bye.